Howdy team, in this video I'm going to give you 3 steps to social media success. Only 3? Is that all you say? Well, it's going to be a little bit of a deeper dive into those 3. And this is probably the first little lesson is I'm actually kneeling on the floor on my table for the pure fact that it changes up the background a little bit. It makes it a little bit more eye-catching because when you continue to do the same thing, it gets a little bit boring to the audience. So I wanted to talk to you mostly about the fact of the importance of social media during this period of time. You know, it is not going anywhere. It is only getting bigger and better. And with the likes of TikTok, Clubhouse, all these new features that are coming into social media apps, you cannot afford to ignore these social media channels. So let me start by asking you, what's your favorite social media channel? Where do you currently want to hang out? Is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Instagram? Where are you finding that you are getting the biggest and best results? Because the main thing is doubling down on those. Now, this isn't one of my 3 points, but you need to be able to understand in your lead generation and in your marketing efforts, the 80% or the 20% that gives you 80% of your results. But what you have to do is allocate time to the new features, channels, and opportunity that is out there in front of you right now. So number 1 in my top 3 is getting good at content. And this is where I think so many people potentially go wrong. Well, not potentially, it is where you go wrong. Because you need to get good at your craft. You think about the job that you are currently doing. How long did it take you to get really good at that job? In the same instance that how long did it take you to learn how to be a better business owner? I would think if you're self-employed, have you actually allocated enough time to learning how to be a business owner? You put 10, 15, 20 years into your job and what you do on a day-to-day basis. And then you think, hey, I've got a really good idea. Let's go self-employed. But you've never actually learned how to run a business. And that's one of the key things is focusing on marketing, sales, operations, administration. In the same way that when you begin your social media journey, are you focusing on getting good at writing content, understanding the structure of writing content? Are you getting better at doing video and practicing doing video? It's an element of public speaking. Are you practicing getting better at doing audio podcasts? And here's an ironic thing for you, right? I can bust out these live videos so easily now. My social media journey in 2016 was start producing content at the beginning of the year. By around about April, I was able to increase it to kind of 2, 3, 4 posts a day. By June, I started doing pre-recorded videos. So it took me 6 months to get into doing pre-recorded videos. Then by the October, I was able to go live and I did a couple of really rubbish lives. And that's a point you have to accept. Your first ones are always going to be rubbish. Think about the first time you had a bit of hanky-panky when you were a child. Was that any good? Probably not. And then in November of 2016, I made the decision that I would do 30 lives in 30 days. Because how do you get better at something? You do it. Repetition, practice. And this is the thing. I can do lives now like this, extremely easy. But I'm trying to record some specific podcast episodes for my new Gary Das podcast that's coming out. And I find it so hard. It will take me 4, 5, 6 takes, sometimes even 10 takes, to get past the first 3 to 5 minutes. It's insane. And it's weird because there's no accountability in the fact that there's no camera there. But I just seem to fumble and stumble left, right, and center. But the way in which you get better with doing content is by creating content. Getting into the consistent rhythm of doing it and putting it out there, answering common questions of your clients, giving a lot of value, leading by example. So that's my point number one, is start practicing your craft. Nobody gets good at anything immediately. You know, you could have a gift at something, but it generally takes learning, developing, improving, and growing in the same way it takes that to build a better business. Point number two is understanding repurposing and leveraging. Because once you get good at producing content, once you're able to start consistently doing it, at least one post a day on all channels, you can then start to recruit somebody to repurpose it. So for example, I do a video. Jack, my social media manager, who's been with me since 2017, 2018, will take it. He might rip the audio and use it for a podcast. He will listen to it. He will create some quote graphics out of things that I've said. Delegate to elevate. You know, that then frees me up to do more content, build the business, focus on strategy, focus on understanding how to build a better business, creating courses, doing my coaching, running my masterminds. And therefore, I actually focus on my superpowers and the things that I'm good at, leaving him to focus on his superpowers, which is finding the gold in the things that I've said and making it look like I am online all the time, which I'm not. It's just a case of then repurposing, leveraging, delegating, you know, and also we sit down and chat almost once a week, maybe once a fortnight occasionally about our social media strategy, the content that we're going to produce, where it's going to go, the changes in the banners, the colors, and all of that jazz. Because if you continue to do the same thing, you continue to get the same results. And once something becomes boring, obvious, monotonous, you lose the will to live with it, and so do your audience. The whole reason why I'm doing this with the backdrop that I am, sitting on my knees, is because I've never done one like this. So if this is, you know, this is going to stand out to you because we're nosy. What's Gary got in his background? Oh, look at that red slide. Oh, it looks like the house is nice. Oh, that tree's dying on the other side. You know, that's the kind of thing that we're nosy as individuals. And that's why it's so important to change your content up. But repurposing, delegating to elevating, leveraging, pivoting, changing, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that's insanity, right? So you need to get better at your content. You need to learn, develop, improve, and grow and repurpose so you can focus on your superpowers. My third thing, which is one that I spoke about in my mastermind yesterday with my 12 people, is I'm not getting the results from social media. Okay, how long have you been posting on it? About a week. What? You don't plant a seed today and expect there to be a tree there tomorrow. You don't go to the gym and expect to look like The Rock. You don't turn around and say, oh, I really need to lose a stone, which is my goal at the moment. And you wake up tomorrow and go, oh my God, there's the abs. Where's the fat suddenly gone? It takes persistence. It takes consistency. It takes structure, routine, accountability, getting better at your craft, repurposing, knowing the channels that you need to be on in order to be able to drive a different result from your business. And it also, in terms of growing your following, it means being able to focus on the new channels once they come out. Because when new features are released, the social media channels are going to promote those features so that you can get more results from them. And as soon as you jump on those, for example, Instagram Reels, Clubhouse, TikTok, that gives you an opportunity to build an audience super fast. Because the whole idea of utilizing social media from your business, marketing, and lead generation strategy is the fact that you can build an audience. You bring value to people. You solve their problems. I'm helping you to understand how to leverage and use social media. It's not with the view that you're going to make a monetary outcome and that you're going to be able to make a six-figure income. That is completely possible, but you have to give value first. You have to also then have products and services after somebody has signed up to you or somebody has begun to listen to you and understand how you can possibly help them, that makes them want to go and buy into what you are currently offering. So let me ask you, in your social media strategy, it's absolutely fantastic putting content out there, but have you got something to capture their attention? You know, if you want to get 30 inspirational ideas to producing content for an entire 30 days, comment 3030 below and I will send you a link to my guide on how you can produce content in 30 days. You know, if you want to understand the full marketing strategy of online lead generation, from free content into capturing people from social media, like I just did with my offer of the 30/30, into building that, landing pages, email sequences, etc. I've got a full-blown course for that. But also in capturing your email data, it enables me to then send you a quiz, run a workshop, do a webinar, help you and build a closer and better relationship with you. Imagine social media as being your stage and your opportunity to talk to an audience. The people who like you will like you, and therefore they will work with you, providing they understand the value that you can bring to their life. Social media is an opportunity, particularly at the moment, you know, with everybody being on their phones, with being in COVID and Corona environment where everybody is hanging around on their phones, for you to reach more people, for you to share value, to inspire, to motivate, to educate, and to help people live a better life. You know, my vision has become about helping the world to be more proactive. You know, no longer do we need to sit on our asses. You know, we can all make things happen. It's about helping you to achieve more than you think mentally, because that guides everything. Physically, because that makes you feel mentally stronger and emotionally better. And financially possible, because you can achieve more than you set out to. You are your only limitation. Your brain, your mind is the only thing stopping you from living a better life and being where you want to be. If you have fear, anxiety, frustration, stress over doing social media, then you just need to get over it and just do one post a day, because it's not stressful. It's easy for me to say that now, but all I did was make the commitment to be persistent and be consistent. Start with one post a day, work up to doing video, launch your podcast, do a blog, whatever it might well be. Watch, read, listen. They're the main three things. I hope that gives you some kind of inspiration and motivation. I hope that helps. I would love to know what your questions, comments, thoughts and feelings are around social media and how it can benefit your business.